Yo, xin chào tất cả mọi người. Laptop tôi đã được ra viện và hôm nay tôi sẽ làm nhiệm vụ ma thần cho mọi người. Mặc dù là giờ này làm thì cũng hơi muộn, bởi vì từ lúc mới ra làm thì nó sẽ hot hơn đúng không? Nhưng bây giờ thì nó cũng qua khoảng khá thời gian rồi. Và trên Facebook và trên YouTube và trên các thể loại nền tảng mạng xã hội mọi người cũng spoil được khá, gọi là câu chuyện này sẽ đến đâu. Nhưng mà tôi thì tôi cố gắng, tôi bỏ qua hết để tôi có thể có được trải nghiệm tốt nhất. Thì giờ tôi sẽ làm nhiệm vụ ma thần cho mọi người nhá. Coi như tôi chưa biết một cái gì đi. Thực ra là nếu mà biết thì tôi cũng chỉ biết được ít nhất là khoảng tầm 1,5/10. Chứ là tôi không biết thực sự câu chuyện nó như nào cả. Nhưng bây giờ mình làm đi. Lần sau rút kinh nghiệm là nếu mà mình chưa làm nhiệm vụ, bất kỳ nhiệm vụ ma thần nào, đừng lên mạng xã hội. Thấy những bài đấy phát ẩn luôn. Rồi, làm đi. Trời ơi, lâu lắm mới quay trở lại đây. 2 tuần mà cứ như 2 tháng vậy. Nào, chúng ta bắt đầu nhiệm vụ ma thần ở Fontaine nào. Đã khoảng thời gian sau sự cố phá thì sống đấy sắp kết thúc. Ok.
Now for a little rest after breakfast. This is the life. Wait a sec. Isn't something important supposed to happen today? Oh, today's our big day! We're supposed to leave the Fortress of Mirapede! Come on, we've got to go complete the release procedures now!
Đúng ngày ra tù luôn. Vũ điệu của tội lỗi. Nói chuyện với người tiếp đón. Cuối cùng thì ngày ra tù cũng đến rồi. Ở dưới đúng không?
Quit following me.
Wow, sau 3 năm tháng ở trong tù.
Please sign here. This document will be effective immediately upon signing, and you two may exit the Fortress of Mirapede via the regular channels.
It's been so long since we've been to the surface. Let's hurry up and...
Rồi xong. Vừa vào câu chuyện. Đã có chuyện rồi.
What's happening?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, thanks. But I wonder what that tremor was just now.
Let's go ask the Duke.
Khởi đầu cuộc sống mới. Một vé vé ra tù luôn. Công tước à? Ai à, lần này gặp cả công tước luôn.
Quit following me.
Hi. Lâu lắm không gặp.
Your Grace?
Ah, good to see you two. Is there something you wish to see me about?
Yeah, what was with that earthquake just now?
Ah, that. The tremor didn't originate from the seafloor. In fact, it seems it came from the surface. Over the years of serving as the warden here, I've developed a sense for distinguishing between what occurs on the surface and what occurs underwater. Besides, the seal that Monsieur Neuvillette set in place won't fail so easily.
À, phong ấn bởi nước biển Thời Nguyên. Nhớ rồi.
So the fortress is okay?
If you recall our last incident, if there really were a problem, there would be crowds of inmates in a panic right now.
Huh, you've got a point. Okay, seems we need to get back up to the surface and ask about what happened. By the way, do you know what day it is today?
I believe today is this month's pipe cleaning day.
Ngày tôi ra tù.
Seriously?
Chúng tôi đến đây nói lời tạm biệt.
Ah, yes. Have you completed your release papers?
Yep. It's you two. Are you leaving now? That's right. Today is our last day in prison. But now that Paimon says that, it doesn't feel like we were confined here. It's actually been pretty nice. Oh yeah, Paimon feels fond of this place now. Then be sure to come back and visit. I'll miss you.
Yes. Đương nhiên rồi.
If you've signed the release papers, then you're free to go. The guards will escort you out.
Buồn đấy nhở?
You're not going to see us off?
I knew you'd ask. All right, sure. Let's go.
Well, you actually agreed. No worries, you must be busy. Paimon was just joking.
Ah, so you do have a polite side, I see.
After being down here for so long, I imagine you must feel like you're lacking companionship. Shall I come along too?
Không sao cả, cũng đâu phải là đi hẳn đâu đâu. Đúng rồi.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll come back to see you. Paimon really likes the cafeteria here. The chefs sure do know how to make good grub.
I hope you won't be here as convicts the next time I see you.
Thân phận tù nhân.
We'll do our best to stay out of trouble. Well, it seems our work in the Fortress of Mirapede is finished. That's the end of another chapter in our journey. And since Nervalet was the one who asked us to come here,
Vậy thì về gặp Neverlet thôi chứ còn gì
we
nữa.
should probably go report to
Đó.
it now. Next up, the Palais Mermonia. You're going to see Monsieur Nervalet? Please pass on our kind regards.
Okay.
I'm sure just your regards will do, no?
Chuyển lời cô được rồi. Nhìn mặt.
I believe it would be the polite thing to do.
You're right. I've heard the Palais has been terribly busy these days. Tell him that I hope he hasn't been overwhelmed by the recent string of troubles.
Ok, vậy là gọi là tạm thời tạm biệt pháo đài Merapede.
If you're concerned about things at the Palais, why don't you take some time to go up and check things out? I believe you should still have some vacation time to spend.
Thank you for being so understanding. It means a lot. It's been some time since I've gone to the surface. I must say that I've started to miss it a little.
Ok, bye bye. Goodbye hai người. Rồi, nhiệm vụ đi về báo cáo cho Neverlet. Chắc được mấy tuần từ khi làm nhiệm vụ ma thần trước rồi nhỉ? Có vẻ những ngày tháng không có laptop đúng là. Rồi, trở về văn phòng Neverlet. Tập này tôi sẽ cố gắng tập trung về cốt truyện bởi vì cốt truyện có vẻ rất hay nên là focus và uống nước.
Search for it.
The Palais Mermonia sure is buzzing with activity today.
Halt! Huh? Oh, it's you two. Apologies. Monsieur Nervalet did say you'd be welcome at any time.
Excuse me. Would you mind helping me take a look at this report?
I'll be right there. Sorry, I've got my hands full here. You can see yourselves in.
Everyone's so busy. Seems a lot has been happening. Neverlet!
Hello. You've come at the right time, but you'll have to wait for just a moment, as there are some urgent matters I must tend to first.
Ok.
In the meantime, please, have a seat. If you'd like to have something to drink, let the Melusine outside know.
That's all right. We just ate.
Very well, then.
Let's take a break over there while we wait for him to finish his work.
Tích tắc, tích tắc, tích tắc.
All right. That should wrap things up for now.
Are you done with your work?
Yes, sorry to keep you waiting. Today should be the day you were released from the Fortress of Mirapede, and it appears that you've managed to complete all the release paperwork.
That's right, and we came here to see you right away.
Bạn Paimon thuật lại sự việc giàu gì bởi gần trước cùng phải giống một trên đấy. Oh,
A massive whale.
con cá voi khổng lồ.
Do you have any idea what that might be?
Judging from your description, that cannot have occurred in any ordinary waters, but rather something like the primordial sea. A whale of that size and shape cannot usually be found in the waters of Tivat. Therefore, we can only assume that child is presently immersed in primordial seawater.
Nhờ. Từ trận trước mình cũng không thấy chi ré đâu nhỉ.
Immersed in primordial seawater? But how? Is he okay?
Anh ta không phải là người phần trên. Đúng rồi.
Most people wouldn't be capable of entering in the first place. I'm not completely sure how he could have gotten there myself.
Tôi chỉ không muốn hỏi anh.
Yes? What is it?
Chấn động ban nãy.
Ah, right. Paimon felt it too. We asked the Duke and he said it wasn't from underwater, so we figured you might know something about it.
It turns out that I have just received a report about this particular matter. In fact, that's exactly what I was busy with a moment ago. The source of the tremor was here on the surface near Poisson. After the shaking stopped, the water levels in the Poisson area rose at an alarming rate.
Rồi xong.
The water levels rose? Oh no. What about all the people there?
Fortunately, the water levels only rose for a short period of time and have already returned to normal now. However, I still have a bad feeling about the whole phenomenon. If the change in water levels is connected with the leaking primordial seawater, then the situation in Poisson may be much worse than it appears.
Cái gì Spinadozuze, cái tổ chức đấy nó không sao nhỉ? Mong Navia không sao. Ở đấy vừa nhắc không?
We need to go check on her.
Spinadirozula, không nhớ được cái tên này.
I would also like to go there as soon as possible, but I'm afraid I can't leave just yet. We must immediately formulate disaster prevention plans for the surrounding coastal areas to avoid potential catastrophes. I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson first. I'll meet you there to check on the situation once I've finished things here.
There's no time to lose. Let's get going.
Please be careful.
Ok. Rồi, nói chuyện nốt ra.
The two of you have my thanks. If you need any help, just let me know.
Ok. Quay về thị trấn này. Tôi quên cách xuống như nào rồi. Hình như có đường ở trên. Đúng rồi đấy. Có dịch chuyển luôn mà.
Oh no. What happened here?
Không phải như thế được.
Navia should be around here, right? We need to make sure she's still... Paimon means we need to check on her.
Tìm Navia. Tự nhiên rồi. Đây có người này.
We haven't seen a single soul all the way here. Oh, this is getting scary.
What will I ever do now?
Look, there's someone on the roof over there.
Just stay put. We're coming up. Watch your balance.
All right, just hurry.
Ở đây, thành viên của Spinadirozula đấy.
I'm not young anymore. How will I survive on my own? My Desiree!
Thôi xong.
Oh, he looks pretty sad.
My leg! My leg! How could this have happened? It hurts!
Just hang in there. Help is on the way. You can hold my hand if it makes you feel better.
Behold!
Oh, it's Navia. She's over there. Hey, Navia, are you okay?
Oh no. Trông có vẻ không ổn một tí nào á.
you're here.
We heard there was a situation in Poisson, so we came as quickly as we could.
Yes. As you can see, the water level suddenly rose. It caused quite the disturbance, in fact.
Demoiselle! There was a wounded resident next to a building southeast of here. We've already transported him to safety, but we've run out of medical supplies.
He's wounded? How badly?
He fell, so it's probably a broken leg. He's pretty shaken up. When the water level rose, he desperately climbed up to the roof. Once the water receded and he saw the ground, he became terrified and eventually...
He jumped down then. Find the leader of Squad 1 and tell him to take the wounded resident to see a doctor. He should know where to go.
Understood. I'll take over his search and rescue mission in the meantime.
All right. You'll be in charge. I'm sorry. Where were we?
The situation in Poisson?
Ah, right. Allow me to explain. A little earlier, we suddenly heard a loud noise. At first, everyone thought that something might have exploded in the waterways. But before we knew it, water started pouring out from everywhere.
Sao tiếng nhỏ đi vậy?
The rushing water seemed a little odd, almost like the unique color of primordial seawater. Some people didn't realize the danger and thought it was just ordinary water, leaking from somewhere. Everyone on the street who happened to be close to the water didn't have a chance to escape. As the water levels rose, they suddenly disappeared. Those who realized what was happening started to flee in a panic, desperately trying to get to higher ground. Many were injured in the stampede, and some people fell from significant heights. The Spina di Rosula initiated rescue operations as quickly as possible, but there have been a lot of casualties. Fortunately, the water began to recede after some time, and the chaos came to an end. The water that flooded the area contained primordial seawater, so the lower levels of Poisson are still hazardous. To ensure everyone's safety, I've asked the people there to leave as soon as possible. No one knows if this could happen again. All we can do for now is try our best to help evacuate the residents. We still haven't completed the head count, but we'll have some numbers soon.
Trời ơi.
How awful. And all of this just came out of nowhere.
It was quite frightening indeed. I only wish that everything that just happened was a...
Is there any way we can help, Navia?
Sorry mọi người.
Thank you for being so willing to help in a moment of crisis like this. You don't know how much it means to me. I really can't express how grateful I am.
Don't say that, Navia. That's what friends are for.
Mày lướt vào silver đâu? No. No.
Demoiselle! We've got a situation here!
Thôi xong rồi.
I'll be right there. Sorry, I need to go for now.
And off she goes. Seems it might be a while before she can take a break.
No.
Okay, the wounded are being tended to, and we finished a preliminary head count. More support has just arrived, so I suppose I finally have a moment to focus on my own matters. Of course, we should remain ready for anything, and continue doing our best to rescue others. I'll be sure to have everyone at the Spina di Rosula ready to render assistance. Traveler, Paimon, would you two accompany me to my father's grave for a moment?
Huh? Right now?
Thank you.
Mẹ, mọi thứ đau lòng vậy cứt. Mới đầu câu chuyện thôi mà. Mới chỉ là mở đầu câu chuyện.
Not a lot of people here, huh?
Well, given the time of day and the whole situation in Poisson, Paimon doesn't think there'd be a ton of people here visiting graves.
Right. That's how things are now. The living are so exhausted that they've no strength to spare any words for the dead.
Navia? Navia, what's wrong?
Sorry. I just... Malus and Silver, they won't ever come back here again. What should I do, Papa?
Huh? What happened to them?
Everyone agreed on the rescue plan, but still, I was the one who initiated it. They were helping evacuate the residents, but they couldn't leave in time. And they were caught in the seawater.
What should we do?
I've known them for so long. And I know they weren't afraid. But I could at least hold a funeral for my father. And I know where he rests. But as for Malus and Silver, they're just gone.
Everything looks so clean after it rains. Even the gravestones. I didn't expect that you'd enjoy a glass of red wine in front of Master Callus's grave.
I can understand. Besides, the scenery here isn't half bad.
See, it's not just me. I always want to bring something when I visit Papa. Perhaps we might even have a picnic. He wouldn't be angry, would he?
Ah, how could Master ever be upset with you, Demoiselle? Yet the cemetery is the home of those who have passed, is it not? Everyone ends up here sooner or later, no matter who you are.
Buying yourself a plot in advance, are you?
No need yet. But when I do, I hope you'll let me be buried beside Master Callus, Demoiselle.
Hey, stop joking around.
I'm quite serious. That way, it will save us both the trip to see each other whenever you visit your father's grave.
That makes sense. In that case, could I be buried on his other side?
After all, besides you, Demoiselle, the two of us could certainly be considered Master's closest companions, no?
Personally, I believe we fill those shoes just fine.
Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden? Seriously. All right. I'll remember your requests. But I'd really prefer not to talk about this stuff. And what do you mean by saving me a trip? I'd make the journey even if I had to visit you two somewhere else. I'd promised to let them rest in peace here. But here I am breaking that promise. I'm sorry for letting you see me in a mess like this. I don't usually cry, really.
Paimon doesn't know how to help you feel better. But, well, she understands how you feel.
I had always thought I could make my wishes come true. But now that I think about it, that never solely relied on me. Many things can only be accomplished with someone else's help. Malus and Silver have helped me so much. But by contrast, I could do nothing for them. I'm so sorry.
You can spend as much time as you need here, Navia. We'll stay with you.
Thank you. Right now, you don't know how much that means. By the way, you can have a look at this. It's a list of victims from the incident that took place here.
Obena, Khan, Burnett, Giverny, Francine, Karina, Daisy Ray, Joinville, Julianne, Esson, as well as Malus and Silver. So, everyone else is safe. But still...
It's okay. I know what you're thinking. And you're right. We lost Malus and Silver. But we were able to save more than we anticipated. The overall outcome indicates that the cost was worth it.
Right! Don't think that way, Navia. One person might be saved at the expense of another, sure, but that isn't something we should ever consider a trade. Malus and Silver were not the price for saving anyone. They're heroes.
You're right. Thank you, Paimon. What you said just now was pretty amazing, actually. I'll remember your words.
Oh, really?
Seems you've become more eloquent in the time since we last met.
Oh. Giật mình á.
The knave? What are you doing here?
Is everything going well on your side?
Yes, my people are carrying out the mission according to your request. All the residents of Poisson have been evacuated, and we're preparing to relocate them to higher ground. As for these supplies, we have everything taken care of. There is no need to worry.
Thank you very much.
Wait, do you two know each other?
We just met recently. Right, Miss Navia?
Usually, I would call this a coincidental encounter, but that doesn't quite fit this time. Besides, it never even crossed my mind that a Fatui Harbinger would come looking for me. Thanks to the Knave, Spina di Rosula received generous support from the Fatui, which allowed us to complete the rescue and evacuation work so quickly.
Yeah, thì Alexino muốn cứu những người dân ở Fontaine mà.
Mutual aid is essential to fostering positive developments. We were already in the area, in any case, so it was nothing. That said, I must say that you're a lot sharper than you let on. I'm sure you understand what I mean.
I apologize for all the ways in which I tested you previously. We've never worked with a Fatui before, and it's extremely important for us to know who we're working with. My subordinates have reported that Fatui soldiers have been observing water levels and taking head counts in various locations. I hear that they've also prepared a large amount of emergency supplies. I'm quite surprised.
This is nothing to brag about, nor do I intend to. It is simply the way of powerful organizations to act forcefully, whether they are doing good or ill. You've witnessed that firsthand, in any case. As I've told this traveler before, I know of the prophecy, and I intend to prevent the impending disaster. Lending your organization a hand was a natural first step in accomplishing that. As such, do not be troubled by this token of our sincerity. Perhaps one day, you'll also be able to help me in the same way.
Without your help, there would have been many more casualties. I won't forget your kindness.
Furthermore, I sincerely regret what happened to Malus and Silver. I only wish that my people could have arrived a little earlier to prevent this from happening.
Don't say that. You and your subordinates did everything you could. As Paimon said, Malus and Silver didn't choose to sacrifice themselves for any specific person. And they weren't the price paid for other salvation. They chose to become heroes themselves. I've never liked hearing people put it that way. It's like trying to relieve pain by saying some noble-sounding words. But right now, there's nothing more suitable. They really did become heroes.
You're right. I'm sorry for your loss, Miss Navia. Water is life to Fontaine's people, and it also spells disaster. It's no wonder that people always say that prophecies represent fate. Fortunately, I've never been one for such opinions.
So, you're one who will try to change fate then?
Of course. That is why I'm going to Hotel Bouffe de Thé. I still have some things to take care of, and the children need my attention. By the way, Traveler, Paimon, one more thing.
Alright, then we'll just... Huh? This isn't right. Paimon thought you would ask us to walk with you for a moment so you could tell us something in private.
That is a clever and useful conversation technique, which I do like to use when necessary. But there's no need today. It would not hurt to have Miss Navia listening in. Traveler, I'm sure you remember that I said we could work together when we had the chance. You and I both know that there may be issues with the Primordial Sea. Previously, it was the fortress of Meripede's sluice gate, and this time it was the water levels in Poisson. These are both signals. Indeed. Allow me to share the latest intel I've received from the House of the Hearth's intelligence network with you.
Chúng ta kết hợp với pha thui để ngăn chặn nước biển khởi nguyên. Wow, tôi chưa từng nghĩ đến câu chuyện này sẽ xảy ra đâu đấy. Mặc dù trên đường tôi đã cố giết chắc là khoảng tầm hơn mấy nghìn nhân viên pha thui của mấy người, nhưng mà sorry, tôi sẽ không kể đâu.
During some recent investigations, a child claimed to have discovered some ruins near Poisson. The ruins date back to ancient times and seem to be worth investigating in many ways. Judging by the dating of the ruins, they may be related to the prophecy and the coming crisis. The situation is becoming more urgent, so any pertinent information will prove extremely precious. My people initially came to prepare for ruin exploration. Unexpectedly, this disaster struck. And at present, we're all busy prioritizing the rescue effort.
So that's why the Fatui were already in Poisson.
I wanted to take the children along, but unfortunately, Linny, Lynette, and Fremine have all been dispatched to higher ground to assist affected residents. Linny told me that outside of the house, the person they trust most is you. Which is why I want to give you this task. The House of the Hearth's members see each other as family, but Linny, Lynette, and Fremine said that they also see you as such, even though you are not from the house. I'm sure you already understand how earnest they consider their friendship with you to be.
Oh! That somehow makes Paimon feel kinda happy.
The intel I just shared about the ruins could fetch a high price. But since the children consider you family, it's only natural that I freely share it with you.
Got it! So all we gotta do is go to some ruins, right? We can handle that.
Excuse me, but may I tag along?
You wish to join, Miss Navia?
But are you sure you're up to exploring some ruins? You need to rest.
Well, I'm sad, yes. But I can't just go back and plop myself into a chair by the roadside and do nothing. There's no point in being depressed while we still have a disaster on our hands. As my father's successor, I must live up to the hopes he had in me. Besides, I'm also doing this for myself. I need something, a distraction, to keep my mind off Malus and Silver.
Trời ơi, Navia gặp nhiều chuyện buồn quá. Không sao, tôi sẽ quyết định roll Navia nhé.
Since you put it
Navia
that
mạnh mẽ
way,
vãi cứt.
I have no objections. What do you say, traveler? All
Này
right.
về đỉnh thật.
The ruins are to the south of Poisson. Here's the map.
Okay, the three of us will handle it. Come on, let's pack up and get going.
Ok. Vừa vào nhiệm vụ đã cảm thấy như thế rồi mọi người ạ. Không biết là sau nhiệm vụ nó sẽ như thế nào nữa. Vừa vào nhiệm vụ thôi mà đã gặp bao nhiêu chuyện xảy ra này rồi. Tôi mong mọi thứ sẽ ổn. Tôi mong đây không phải là một nhiệm vụ suy. Ok, suy thì nó có suy, nhưng mà tôi mong nó sẽ là một nhiệm vụ hay nữa. Kiểu những thứ đấy sẽ được đền đáp bằng những thứ khác. Ví dụ như thế.
The wind rises. Quit following me. Squall and fury.
Đây á.
So, are these the ruins the knave was talking about?
Chờ rồi bí cảnh đấy.
Oh, talk about old.
They seem to be pretty ancient, all right.
À, hình như trước chưa có cái này đúng không nhỉ? Hay là có rồi ta?
Let's go in and have a look.
Just be careful.
Yep. Là bí cảnh thật. Và khả năng là chúng ta phải đánh nhau. Hoặc là giải đố. What the? Đi chun với con đấy kìa.
There is no escape. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Cry louder.
Y rằng vào đánh nhau luôn. Yep, nó sẽ sập.
The floor here isn't safe.
Wow.
This place has also been contaminated by primordial seawater.
Yeah. And a lot of it, too. A Fontanian would
Nên
most
cô phải
likely
cẩn thận.
dissolve the moment they
Đấy.
fell in.
Navia, đừng xa ra.
Right. You can't go down if there's primordial seawater. It's too dangerous, and it won't be any help for you to just stay here. Don't get by my wrong. We're not saying you're useless. It's just that...
No, you're right. I can't do anything in this situation. I'll leave this to you.
Địa hình ở đây không có đường để quay lại. Ây à, căng thế nhỉ?
That complicates things. Maybe the only way left is forward.
À nhà mình bị rơi xuống nhỉ?
In that case, do you want to wait for us here?
The water levels here are unstable, and there's a chance the water will rise. So staying here wouldn't be safe either.
Đừng, Navia, đừng.
I'll go together with you. Perhaps we'll find the exit just up ahead.
All right. Come with us for now then, but please be careful.
Đừng nhá. Đừng xảy ra những chuyện mà tôi đang nghĩ nhá. Please. Đừng.
Oh no, it's a dead end. Let's try climbing over from the side.
Ủa, mình nhảy xuống nước phát là mình toi luôn à? Mặc dù mình có phải người...
Wind rises.
Ok.
Search for it.
Trèo lên à? Ai không trèo lên được. Where to go? À, trèo lên kia à? Oh. Mình không phải xuống nước, ok. Rồi rồi, đây là cái này ạ. Rồi bây giờ mình sẽ lên kia bằng cách nào đó. Đây chẳng hạn. Ôi, trời to thế. Oh my god. Yep, nó sẽ không hiện rồi, nhưng mà chỗ này chỗ đéo là vậy. Và mình còn chưa xuống nước, nó đã bắt đi xuống. What the fuck. Mình còn chưa xuống nước.
Quit following me.
Đúng kiểu là không cho phép mình đi đâu ấy nhỉ. Và tại sao mình lại phóng to ra này? Đừng bảo là sập nhá. Nó sập đúng không?
Wait, there's something wrong.
Oh no! Đừng Navia! No!
Navia!
No! Oh, vẫn sống. Oh my god.
Demoiselle.
Cái gì ấy? Không, đây là ảo tưởng, rồi. Đây là
Demoiselle, what are you doing here by yourself? Would you be standing here till dark if I hadn't come to get you?
Maybe she just wants some time to herself, Malus.
Oh, was I sleeping?
Yes, it would appear so.
đừng. No.
I must be tired.
That's quite possible. However, you were the one that suggested we go out for a walk.
Oh, right. I nearly forgot. It must have slipped my mind when I dozed off. I haven't had a nap today yet. Have I? This is a familiar feeling, yet something's a little strange.
Is something the matter, Demoiselle?
Oh, no. No, I'm fine. I was just trying to recall why we came out for a walk.
Do you remember Mr. Giverny? He'd requested our help before with foreign merchants who had a debt dispute with him, and we'd resolved the matter not long ago.
We were headed to see how things were going with him at the moment.
Ah, right. Yes. I remember now.
Oh, Miss Navia. Ah, Mr. Malus. And Mr. Silver, too. It's good to see all of you.
How have you been?
I've been great. Thanks to your help, those bothersome merchants finally realized that I wasn't the one they were looking for. Why, I wasn't even the guarantor for that person. They were knocking at my door day and night. Even my neighbor, Obina, was getting fed up with them.
Sometimes force is required to calm someone down and get them to listen to what you have to say.
That's right. Oh, by the way, Burnett, what was it that you wanted to give to Miss Navia again?
Oh, tôi vừa nhớ ra hai cái tên này, cả bốn cái tên này đều thuộc trong danh sách những nạn nhân đã tử nạn ở trong thành phố Poisson. Bennett này, Germany này.
Oh, yes. One moment, I have it right here.
Đĩa tâm thức của Navia.
Miss Navia, these are some flower seeds that I prepared. Please take them. They're a very good variety, and they'll become very big and beautiful once they bloom. I don't know what we would have done without your help, so this is a little token of our appreciation. I hope you won't refuse.
Ah, did you cultivate them yourself? Thank you so much. I'll certainly take them. Malus, we do still have some empty flower pots at home, right?
Why, we can have as many pots as you'd like, Demoiselle.
Perfect. In that case, we'll swap out some of the decorative plants for some of Mrs. Burnett's flowers.
Very well.
Wait. Something seems to be off here. Excuse me, madam. If I'm not mistaken, your name is Burnett, correct?
That's right. Is something wrong?
Nhớ đến cái danh sách.
No, it's nothing. This is the first time we've ever met, but your name seemed familiar to me. I must have heard it when I was discussing things with your husband previously. I've heard this name before. Sometime recently, I'm sure of it. And why are there so few people around here? Where did everyone go?
We must mind the time, Demoiselle. We still have important things to attend to today.
Huh? We do? Like what?
Well, now, did you forget?
Miss Navia, here you are. I've been looking for you. Please, come to the Opera House. Your trial is about to begin.
My trial? Wait, why would I need to go to the Opera House?
Yes, she's right, Demoiselle. It's just about time now, so we should get going.
Oh? All right then.
What? Đây chắc là ký ức của Navia 2 đúng không?
Look, it's Navia. She's here.
And her two attendants are with her. Goodness, everyone's finally here.
There sure are a lot of people here to see the trial. And they all seem to be oddly excited about something. I even know some of these people. Karina, Desiree,
Đúng
Joyville,
rồi.
Jolien, Essen. Why are so many people here? And why do I have no recollection of this case?
Để tất cả những người đấy.
And as for the judge... huh? Where's Mr. Neuvillette?
Để tất cả những người đấy luôn đấy.
Please sit in the defendant's seat. Don't worry, Silver and I shall accompany you.
All right. But are you sure you can stand behind me?
Typically, it wouldn't be allowed, but today is an exception.
Hey, what kind of place do they think this is?
Come on. Do they have any idea what they're doing?
Seriously.
Enough with the whispering! Could someone please tell me where Monsieur Neuvillette is? And why I'm standing trial?
My dear Miss Navia, have you not yet realized what you've done? In that case, allow me to explain. As all here know, you are Master Callus's successor, the head of the Spina di Rosula, someone held in high regard by every soul in Poisson. After you took over the Spina, you treated all of us just like the late Master Callus had. If anyone in need reached out to you for help, you responded. Not only you, but your butler, your subordinates, nearly everyone in the Spina di Rosula fought for the well-being of those in Poisson.
Đây là ký ức của Navia khi trong cái tình huống gọi là giữa sống và chết ấy. Thì mọi ký ức nó sẽ ùa về.
Wait a moment. Aren't you just proving that I'm a good person?
Yes, correct. Absolutely right. And that is why you stand accused. You have helped so many people get through so many difficulties. You are one with us. We are inseparable. We are one big family, all of us who are from Poisson, inextricably linked. And with you being so important, we couldn't possibly do without you. Therefore, this fair and honorable court shall declare you guilty, and you shall stay here. You will be together with us forever.
Huh? What are you saying? Everything you have said is correct. I have indeed done a lot for my hometown, and I would be willing to be with you all, but what is the purpose of having me stand here like this? What is there to discuss?
Ah, well, if that's what you think, then I have no further comments.
How wonderful, Miss Navia!
Đây là con gái của cái ông kia. Ông bố kia.
I know all these people. Why are they laughing?
I seem to remember now. Yes, I get it. This trial is...
Wait just a moment. This isn't right!
Malus?
What was that, Mr. Malus? Our conclusion is very clear and unanimous. Let the court judge her now. She's guilty!
Stay here, Navia! You're one of us!
Demoiselle, don't admit guilt. This trial means to keep you here forever.
I wish to exercise my right to defend Our Lady. Mr. Joinville, you only know of Navia's goodness, but nothing of her utterly independent mind.
She was born a free and independent spirit. She has never been tied down by anything. Indeed, even the death of Master Callus couldn't stop her.
Her actions cannot serve as proof that she identifies herself as part of any group. She merely acted as an individual, extending her hand to help others. Please do not mistake her actions as being otherwise.
Really? As an individual, you say? Don't forget, we are all Fontanians here. This is the nation of justice, the nation of Hydro. Even if Miss Navia only voluntarily rendered her assistance, that doesn't change the fact that her beautiful soul must return to everyone. Water accepts all, blends with all. It will surely accept her kindness. Everything is measured here in the nation of Hydro, and in the end, everyone shall meld together. Thus, when a unanimous opinion emerges, that opinion represents justice. Now I speak for everyone. Our opinion is consistent. Navia should stay. We and Navia are one.
And you would call this justice? Preposterous. You are merely jealous that Demoiselle still has a chance to exist as an individual. Have you forgotten how much you all once longed to become individuals, to become independent?
Do you mean to defy our justice?
If your justice is flawed, then why should we acknowledge it?
As you said, we can also have our own justice. Silver and I shall defend Demoiselle. And that is how we will enforce justice.
Ugh, my head... it hurts.
Demoiselle.
Silver, it hurts. My head is spinning. All I can see is stars swirling in front of me. I remember now. Everything that seemed odd from the very beginning. Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen, and Mr. Giverny and Mrs. Burnett, who we met earlier. Even Malus and Silver.
Đúng rồi.
I don't want
Nhận
to
ra
admit
đấy.
it, but they're all dead.
Don't be afraid, and don't admit guilt. We will protect you to the very end.
Absurd! Who are you to say that she cannot be judged? We are the majority, and in the nation of trials, the majority is absolute justice. We are the will of all. Don't let them escape! We shall keep Navia here with us!
Mr. Malus and Mr. Silver, must you be so stubborn? How could the two of you possibly hope to stand against the collective? Do not resist. This judgment is fair and just. Navia belongs to us. After all that happened, she should not be
Ôi.
left alone in Poisson.
Tinh linh nước trong.
What are you saying? No more excuses.
He says we're jealous. Jealous? How could she possibly be an independent individual?
What's with these people?
Who's jealous of her?
She belongs to us.
Miss Navia, she...
Silence!
Đây rồi.
That's...
Monsieur Neuvillette!
Such commotion is prohibited in the court. The accusations you just presented are nonsense and cannot constitute a proper trial. The court will adjourn for the rest of the day. In this, I shall hear no objections from any unauthorized party.
Our thanks, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Please leave with me, Miss Navia, while there is still time.
But...
Go on now, demoiselle. This is your only chance to leave this place. What, can't bear to leave us behind or something?
Malus.
My apologies. I couldn't resist making one little joke once I realized that this shall be our last goodbye.
Malus... Silver...
Quickly, you must come now!
Goodbye, demoiselle.
Farewell.
No, wait! Just a second!
Ôi, may quá. May quá.
Navia?
You're awake. Good.
Đến kịp. Oh my god.
I must have been dreaming. Malus and Silver were still alive, and they were defending me at some insane trial.
It looks like you're all right.
Did all the sad feelings cause you to have a nightmare? Paimon could give you a hug.
The ruins you were exploring suffered a cave-in. When I arrived, I found you falling toward the water. You were just about to be dissolved within, but I...
What is it?
I think I saw 2 Oceanids protecting you. It was only for a moment, perhaps even a fraction of a second, but they gave me the chance to retrieve you.
No. Malus và Silver. Trời ơi, Malus và Silver.
Were it not for their intervention, I would not have been able to rescue you before your consciousness dissipated.
Trời ơi, nó là Malus và Silver.
Wait, did you say Oceanids? You mean like what happened with Vache?
Perhaps those 2 Oceanids were the people you saw in your dream.
I always told them that they didn't have to protect me. To think that they'd keep doing so even after death.
Please come with me.
Đừng bỏ tay ra lại chứ.
Are you okay?
Oh, I am quite all right. Perhaps there's something we could chat about?
Why do you look so stiff all of a sudden? Oh, Paimon knows. You're the type who feels awkward when there's nothing to talk about, right?
I merely thought that we should give Navia some time to herself.
Huh? Why didn't you just say so then? Don't you think it's even more awkward to call us over like this and then have nothing to talk about?
I suppose so.
Ah,
Sigewinne. I hope all is well with her these days. Her work in the fortress of Maripede has not been too much for her, has it?
No way, don't worry. She's doing fine down there. She's an amazing head nurse.
Đang buồn tự nhiên lại cười. Chả hiểu cái cảm xúc của tôi bây giờ đang như nào nữa.
I see. Well, that is good. I have always worried that Sigewinne would need a lot of time to understand the world of humanity, just as I have.
Oh, and the Duke also says hi. Even though Sigewinne made him do that. He hopes that you haven't been overwhelmed by all that's happened lately.
Thank you. I have indeed been busy lately, and I also hope that everything is going well in the fortress of Meripede.
He still doesn't know what to talk about. Let's chat about something else then. So, Neverlet, you're probably quite the swimmer, huh?
Yes, of course.
This isn't going anywhere. Let's try something else. How did you find these ruins? Did the knave tell you?
Yes, in fact. I had arranged to meet you in Poisson, but when I arrived, I discovered that the Fatui were helping the residents evacuate. They had even transported a large quantity of supplies to the area. Amid my astonishment, I ran into the knave, and we had a chat. She informed me that she had asked you to investigate the ancient ruins here.
Yeah, we originally planned to meet up with you, but we thought you might still be busy with all those official documents. We didn't think exploring the ruins would take very long, and who would have thought you'd wrap things up so quickly?
Trời ơi. Hôm nay biết không sao.
I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting like that. I'm feeling much better now. I guess we should get going again. Will you come with us, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind my company.
All right! Another one joins the party! Let's get going then!
Yeah, con này Neverlet thì đúng là an toàn hơn rất nhiều rồi. Để công nhận Navia mạnh mẽ vãi cả trường.
Illusion shattered!
The tides beckon.
Rồi lại cái gì rơi đây? Biết ngay mà. Fuck.
Shine down!
Watch out! There are rocks falling over here!
Cút.
Squall fury!
Seems we're almost at the top. Keep it up!
Có giường đây luôn.
Everybody stand back! Unsightly insects!
Be sanctified. Justice is blind.
Mày. Ủa, két gì á? Thế xem ra là không có đường về rồi. Đi là đi luôn rồi. Nhưng mà không sao, chúng ta có ngài Neverlet đi cùng thì không có gì phải sợ hết. Yeah, nó đóng mẹ luôn rồi.
Looks like we've reached the end.
This is the place. There should not be any other hidden spaces in the vicinity.
The path sure had some twists and turns, but it turns out that this place isn't actually that big.
Stone slates. It seems like they were put here as an offering. Could we take them down and have a look?
Rồi có chuyện gì xảy ra đây?
Perhaps we should just leave them be for now.
There are 4 locations in total, but only 3 stone slates. The slate that should be in the first empty spot is missing.
The surrounding walls also show signs of damage.
There's something written below. Let Paimon see. Reason dictates that this nation be destroyed. I shall record the history of its future here in its past. Say what?
It feels like someone left these slates and these words here for a purpose. But does he mean that Fontaine should be destroyed?
Rồi thằng đấy chắc chắn sẽ bị tôi túm tóc tôi đấm.
That would fit the circumstances dictated by the prophecy, yes. Indeed, the slate's contents correspond to it. Take the second slate, for example.
There's a person kneeling here. She seems so dedicated. And there's a whole bunch of other people behind her doing the same. She's facing this... what is this? Some kind of island in the sky?
Là sao ta?
And is that Lady Farina in the third image? Did the Hydro Archon fall into the water?
And is that a ring of people around her? Paimon doesn't quite get it. Are they all in the water?
The fourth image. I know this one. This exactly matches the content of the prophecy.
The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne.
Đúng với lời tiên tri. Đúng giống trong cái trailer.
More information should be hidden in these slates, but I fear I cannot easily uncover it, most likely due to us missing the first slate.
Don't blame yourself, Monsieur Neuvillette. Deciphering ancient stone slates isn't one of your duties.
Ooh, Paimon's getting the chills just looking at these slates. This says that it's the history of the future, right? That means the prophecy's sure to come true.
Rồi xong.
I really hope it doesn't mean that.
Yep, không ai muốn như thế đâu. Không có ai muốn như thế đâu.
Still, Paimon feels like these images are kind of weird when you look at them together.
Tôi hiểu thứ kỳ lạ phải không? Cái gì? Có lẽ là thứ tự của bức vẽ thứ 3 và thứ 4.
That's right! If the images are in chronological order, shouldn't the fourth, the waters drowning Fontaine, come before the third, where the Hydro Archon herself falls into the water?
And yet the order is reversed here.
Phiến đá bị đảo ngược.
If we go by timing, Lady Farina only emerges in the third image. That means that the person in the second image might be the previous Hydro Archon.
Egeria, then. I had never met her, but her appearance here does match the records.
Egeria là tên thủy thần đời trước. Egeria là tên thủy thần đời trước đúng không?
The previous Archon kneeling before the floating island in the skies, as if confessing a sin.
Nhận tội á. Celestia đúng không? Nếu mà bay lơ lửng thì ngoài cô Vân Các ra thì còn mỗi Celestia thôi.
Did she herself commit that sin? And if not, why would she be in such a posture? Also, I'm still wondering why these ancient stone slates are here at all. Judging from their contents, could this place be the origin of the prophecy?
But who would have created these slates and left these words here?
seems that any further clues will have to come from Farina.
In that case, there's no time to lose. There's nothing else to be gained here, so let's head back first.
Yeah, we'd better get somewhere safe for now.
Thực tế thì người tạo ra nó là quan trọng là có lời tiên tri không? Bức tranh đầu tiên thì bị phá mất, không nhìn thấy gì. Bức tranh thứ hai là nếu mà theo lời mọi người kể là thủy thần đời trước đang quỳ xuống để xin một cái gì đấy cùng với cả chắc đây là dân này, Celestia. Nếu mà lơ lửng thì chỉ có mỗi Celestia thôi mà, có cái gì khác đâu. Rồi bước thứ ba là thủy thần rơi chìm xuống với một người xung quanh thì cũng không hiểu lắm. Cái thứ tư là theo lời tiên tri là thủy thần ngồi ở ngai vàng khóc dưới fontaine chìm nước biển khởi nguyên. Đấy, đó là những thông tin như thế. Rồi tôi chỉ biết mỗi là cái thủy thần đời trước tên là Egeria, đúng không? Không hiểu lắm thôi. Phải đi hỏi Farina mới hiểu được. Quên mất không chụp lại cái đấy, nhớ cái đấy có gì quan trọng.
Let's split up here. I'm going to check on what's happening with the Spina. You know how it is. There's some things you just need to be there for yourself.
You still have energy for that, Navia? Paimon's already beat.
Just head back to the Fluvsandra and have a rest then. Thanks for keeping me company all this time.
Không có gì, Navia rất mạnh mẽ, tôi sẽ roll Navia. Hãy yên tâm đấy. Ôi, gần như tất cả những nhân vật ở Fontaine tôi đều roll hết rồi đấy, ngoài ông công tước ra. Nếu mà tính thời điểm hiện tại thì sắp tới tôi sẽ roll Navia. Alecchino nữa.
I'll depart as well. Thanks for your hard work today. Rest well, everyone. Traveler, I will go talk to Farina tomorrow morning to ask about the stone slates.
Tôi định sáng mai đi tìm thủy thần Farina để hỏi chuyện những phiến đá đó.
I'm sure that you're concerned about this matter as well. If you have time, drop by my office. I will share the results of our discussion with you.
Okay. Tôi cũng tò mò vãi cứt á.
Are you really gonna talk to her about this directly? Will that be a problem? Paimon's getting a little scared now that it's come to this.
She has long been harboring secrets and will not give them up easily, which makes it all the more my duty to ensure that she understands the present situation.
All right, we'll leave it in your hands then. You're probably the best person to talk to her anyway.
I will be carefully considering my words tonight.
Traveler, Paimon, our safe house at the Fluvsandra is always open to you as ever. So please don't think you're an imposition.
Okay, will do.
All right. I'll be on my way then.
Okay. Wow.
We're finally back.
Welcome back. We've got a special menu prepared for you two tonight.
Yay! And there's good food too. Navi, no, the boss is the best.
The boss is the best.
Ooh, desserts. Nice. These are all Paimon's. Paimon's already starting to forget what happened today.
Hả? Mona? What the? Mona làm gì ở đấy?
Oh, that voice. Is that who I think it is?
What the? Thật là tình cờ. Lâu lắm mới gặp Mona.
It's you two. What are you doing in Fontaine?
Ủa, tự nhiên gặp Mona ở đây. Nhiều thứ bất ngờ vãi trưởng. Mona Majestus.
Seriously, nobody just uses a scry glass whenever they've got time to just see who they'll meet on the road.
Still, we didn't expect to see you here. Wait, you're not a Fontanian, are you, Mona?
Well, I have some business to attend to here, so I booked a hotel in the city. I was just out for a stroll when I bumped into you. Quite unexpectedly, if I might add. Why did you think I was from Fontaine, though? Is that because Magistus doesn't sound much like a Mondstadter surname?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Well, I used to have my own surname, which was, well, some other thing. Either way, the old hag told me when she took me as her disciple that the first step to being a great astrologist's pupil was to change that name. There was nothing for it, really. She really is amazing at astrology, so I changed my name to what it is now according to her wishes. To my surprise, however, Magistus is not the name of some ancient house or clan.
It isn't?
Nope. Although it is used by us in place of surnames, it generally just means great.
Wow! Imagine including a boast in your name. Wait, are you gonna have to put that into your genealogy as well?
I reckon so. In any case, I'd give my disciple a name like this as well, if I were to take one. Astromancer Barbeloth Trismegistus.
Ôi dồi ôi, quả tên. Astromancer Barbeloth Trismegistus.
Whoa, that's a long one. Does it also mean great or something?
My name means Mona the Great Astrologist. As for the old hag, hers is, in plain speech, the thrice as great scholar of the stars. Just take it as a title specific to astrologists.
Học giả chiêm tinh vĩ đại gấp 3 lần.
Thrice as great? That's so petty.
Kiểu chi thật.
I know, right? That's just how she is. She used to call herself Magistus, actually, but when she took me in, she changed her name to Trismegistus.
Trismegistus triple à?
Talk about excessive.
Magistus is thus the calling card of our school, so to speak, which makes it about the same as a surname. It's all right if you don't get it. You can look into it further should you need to study astrology more deeply.
Paimon tham ăn gấp 3 lần.
Terrible! But anyway, you're not Fontanian, are you, Mona? You're from Mondstadt, right?
Well, I was born in Mondstadt, yes. My parents migrated to Dornman Port, and I traveled with the old hag for a while, after which I settled down in Mondstadt City.
Oh, that's a good thing then. At least we know you won't be dissolved
Đúng
by
rồi.
Fontaine's waters.
Tôi chỉ lo mỗi thế thôi.
Speaking of that, I'm sure you're aware that a bunch of things have happened here in Fontaine, right? I know you're not a local, but I'd avoid getting too close to any water that looks strange all the same. There's something ominous about it. Well, the water, I mean.
À nhờ, Mona có thể tiên tri được mà. Đúng rồi.
That was the main reason, yes. Just a while back, the Steambird invited me to take part in a panel and speak about the circulation of the prophecy as an astrologist. The invitation was sent quite early on. I don't think anyone expected Fontaine to be in this much trouble.
What do you make of that prophecy, Mona? Just tell us what you think as an astrologist. Your word would go a long way to make things more certain and less scary.
What I can tell you is that I'm an astrologist, and that this prophecy concerns the fate of Fontaine, even that of Altenfort. Ascertaining this is akin to reading the fortune of the whole world.
Yeah, rất trọng đại.
I'm afraid that this is not something that just anyone can do. If I could do it, you would no longer call me an astrologist, but a visionary.
À, nhà chiêm tinh à? Không phải nhà tiên tri.
But on the flip side, the prophecy is so huge and powerful that it must surely come from a powerful visionary. Its contents involve the fate of the world. Disregarding it would be a mistake.
A visionary? Sounds really powerful and all, but does such a person really exist?
Of course. The old hag could do it, and I'd bet there are others amongst those Hexenzirkel colleagues of hers who could do something similar.
Tôi cần kiểm chứng.
Are you sure? All right, I'll help you. It isn't often that I see you with such a serious look on your face. I'll tell you once I hear back from her.
Cảm giác Mona có vẻ không thích cái bài lắm nhỉ. Nói cũng đúng, sau cái quả tên kia thì cũng đúng.
Thanks, Mona. You're amazing as always.
Oh, well, this is something only I can do after all. So yes, your praises are quite welcome.
That's the greatest of astrologists for you. Of all the people we know, you know the star's the best.
Wow.
Indeed, indeed. That's the spirit.
Oh, sorry. I came to see what all the commotion was about. If there's anything you need, do not hesitate to inform the spirit of Rosula.
Oh, whoops. Guess we were getting a little too carried away there. Well, I'll go tend to my own business now. If I receive any news, I'll be sure to come find you two again.
Okay. Bye bye, Mona.
There she goes, quick as rushing water. And here we are with the Spina guy giving us suspicious looks. Right, but we were able to recruit Mona's help, didn't we? Our Fontanian friends will thank us someday.
Yeah. Fontaine sẽ được giúp đỡ bởi những người ở nước khác. Yep. Đấy là một điều cực kỳ quý giá. Sau khi trò chuyện với mọi người rất là gọi rất tuyệt. Ok.
Good morning. To be honest, I'm still feeling kind of sleepy. But it's time to get up, traveler. We agreed to go see Neuvillette, so let's pack it up and get going.
Rồi. Ui. Ui. Chắc là tôi phải dừng nhiệm vụ này ở đây thôi. Hẹn mọi người ở những tập tiếp theo. Nhưng mà công nhận là cái nhiệm vụ này khi mà mới vào ấy, nó đập vào mình bao nhiêu thứ buồn, bao nhiêu nỗi buồn. Cũng đập vào mình những thứ gọi là vui. Nhưng nói chung là cảm xúc hỗn loạn. Tôi không biết cảm xúc bây giờ tôi đang như thế nào nữa. Tôi không biết tôi nên buồn hay nên vui luôn. Nhưng mà thôi. Để tập sau mình xem cốt truyện như nào. Bởi vì một trong những cốt truyện hay nhất mà. Để mình xem cốt truyện như nào rồi mình sẽ đánh giá cốt truyện này sau nhé. Cảm ơn mọi người đã xem. Hẹn mọi người những video tiếp theo. Bye bye. Xin chào và tạm biệt.